You must be thinking, just what the internet needs, another 21-year-old trying to be a fitness influencer. Well, the answer is yes, that is exactly what the internet needs. My name is Alfie, and this past year and a half has been the most dialed I've ever been with my training and my health and fitness. So I've been posting on TikTok and Instagram for about the last 18 months since I started my journey. So I thought, why not? I might as well start YouTube as well. I've actually recorded this bit 4 times now and said it was the 18th of March 4 times. It is not. It is Monday not even the 14th. It's Monday the 18th of May. I'm about to start my 16-week training block in order to get me into the best shape possible for the Great North Run in September. Last year I did it in an hour 54. So this year I'm hoping to go sub 1 hour 45. That is the plan. Last year I ran the Great North Run to raise money for meningitis research after sadly losing a friend and an old rugby teammate to meningitis in February. And ultimately that has been what kickstarted my whole fitness journey. Once again, I'm raising money for meningitis research and doing the run in Jack's honour. The next 16 weeks is probably going to be the most structured training I've had in a very long time. It took us about 2 days to make my whole fitness plan. So yeah, I mean, it will chop and change, and I've got a few other things that are coming up, so it should be fun. So without further ado, let's get into today's session. I will say, very nice of the weather gods to have blessed me today with this lovely weather down in Cardiff. Today's plan is I've got legs to go and hit now, nice heavy leg session to start the block off, and then 6k easy to run later on. I think that is the plan. Do just need to stop in the co-op first quickly to get myself a meal deal because I don't have any food in the house. So I might as well grab myself a monster chicken and bacon sandwich. I was hoping to have Squares bars for pre-gym snack, but they don't. So I'm gonna get Kellogg's high protein dark chocolate and almond. So for today's session being legs, I started off as I always normally do with 5 minutes just on the bike just to get warmed up. Then into glute adductors before, as you can see here, 3 heavy sets of RDLs, and then straight into Bulgarian split squats, some Smith machine calf raises, and finishing off on the leg extension. And then just 30 minutes in the sauna at the end of the session. Okay, so I've trained, I've been in the sauna. It is now lunchtime. And then I will go out on my run, seeing as it stopped raining a little bit. So I have actually just been sat doing schooling for about 2 hours. I finished uni, so I've got nothing to do now, unless I'm at work or training. But anyways, yeah, these have been the go-to running shoe, the Puma Nitros. They're pretty much the same as like the High Rocks version, but these don't have a carbon plate. But seeing as it still keeps raining and it's pretty minging outside, I don't really want to ruin them and get them wet. So I haven't worn these probably in about 4 months, but they're pretty ruined. They're pretty old. These are the Hoka Bondi 9s. And it's only an easy run, so bringing these back out today because I don't really mind if they get ruined and wet, but they still look quite pretty, so I don't want to wreck them. So other than having a distance target, I've not really got any goals for this run. Probably for this week and the next, just want to try and get back into running properly and start enjoying it again. Hopefully, I mean, I keep my heart rate between 140 and 155. I don't really want to be exceeding that for an easy run. But other than that, yeah, it's raining quite light, so nowhere near as bad as what it was this morning. 6k in just under 40 minutes. Pace wise, everything felt really easy. I felt pretty strong, confident on the run. Heart rate was a bit high, but I mean, I didn't eat that long ago, so that could be a factor. Also, training legs this morning was probably quite a big factor in it as well. But other than that, you know, I felt pretty fresh since coming off the back of shin splints. That being quite bad, you know, I didn't really have any real pain or discomfort. Yeah, that was quite nice. Also didn't get too wet, so that's another bit of a bonus. So it's just gone 9 o'clock. I've been up for a couple of hours, I've had breakfast. But I do start every day by having my electrolytes. These ones are from 4-5. They're pretty good. I mean, I've been taking them for a year. Whether it's placebo or not, I don't know, but I do feel a lot better every morning when I do take them as opposed to when I don't. But yeah, they've got a bit of caffeine in them as well, so I've found these to be pretty good. Next, I'll take my magnesium. I have one in the morning, 2 before bed, and then I take ashwagandha as well, so 2 of them every morning. And then throughout the day, I will usually have a scoop of my protein. This is the one with collagen. Meant to be good for your joints and stuff, isn't it? So I thought I'd give that a go. And then 6 grams of creatine every day. So on the cards for today's session, I've got a high rock style session. Still trying to do one a week so I don't completely lose all my high rock fitness. So I can do a bit of an aerobic session. So minute ski, minute row, and then 10 or 20 of a different exercise with a minute's rest, and then it'll go increase each round. So 5 rounds, 2 minutes, 3 minutes, 4 minutes, 5 minutes. So I am currently halfway through my shift. Finish at 10, so yeah, really not done much today apart from training. Then I'm on the desk in the gym, so not been too bad of a day. In the meantime though, I have managed to make my sister a little workout plan. Then once she puts all her like stats in and stuff, it'll calculate all of like her tonnage and how many kilos lifted. Not that it matters to her really, but it's quite an interesting thing to have to see. I mean, she's 15, so is she going to look at that? Probably not. But I thought it was quite good put in. So stupidly, I forgot. I told my friend Adrian that I'd do a high rock session with him this morning. It is nearly 6:30. I've had like just under 6 hours sleep. I'm back off to do another session. Well, it's not even 8 o'clock yet, and I've already trained, and I've actually got nothing left to do for the day. But the last 2 days have been pretty strenuous in terms of training. And like I say, I forgot I was meant to do that session this morning, so that hasn't really helped my recovery. So the plan for the rest of the day, I've got my breakfast now, and then just eat, refuel, get my steps in, and rest, really. I might go to the gym to stretch and use the sauna. But other than that, that is me done. So I didn't end up going back to the gym yesterday. I ended up going to town, just doing a few bits, and then literally spent the whole afternoon and evening playing Assassin's Creed. So, yeah, we're not very productive. However, my legs are absolutely shot. So what was supposed to be a speed session plus push, I'm just going to go to the gym and hit uppers today. Because I think if I do another leg exercise, I'm going to be knackered for the week. So what was meant to be a full session today only ended up being 3 exercises because I didn't realise how little time I had, and benching took me about half an hour. So I started off with 3 sets of pull-ups, 6 to 8 reps, then moved into the bench press. I'm really proud of how well my bench press is increasing, because my bench press used to be my weakest exercise. So that was 90 kilos for 5 sets of 5. That is the most I've ever lifted on bench in a single session. So yeah, I was quite proud of that. And then I finished off with some hammer curls and then had to leave. Yeah, so obviously I trained yesterday. I went and hit uppers, but I was quite strict for time, so I didn't really get to finish my session. I had some personal things I had to go and sort out after my session, so I didn't really film for the rest of yesterday. But everything's okay. We're back, it's Friday. Today's session, start off, we're going to do a speed session. It's going to be 4 minutes on, max intensity, 4 minutes light jog, do that 4 times. So it's about, I think it equates to about 7k, that's how much distance it was last time. So we'll do that and then shower, meal prep. I'm at work tonight, 12 till 10, but I'm going to train, got a light leg session to do between 12 and 1, so I'll get that in. And then yeah, I'm good to go. I'm going to wear the Pumas today. Sound like such a bitch, but you can see it's quite sunny, so they're not going to get ruined. So, and I have wore these the last few times I've done this run, and they've been pretty good. So. Best thing about it being sunny like this is get to bring the sunglasses back out and looking like a knob while I'm running. So for my first 4 minute block, I ran at 4:01, which is quite good. I'm quite pleased with that, considering I think it's the first time I've done that session in about 3 or 4 weeks. But then the last one was a 4:29, so a massive drop off, but it is so hot and I really started to struggle towards the end. So I've literally just sat down with my breakfast, and for some reason I'm not hungry anymore. I thought, oh, let's watch True Haynes' new video, you know, Olympic trials of die trying, and that's what I'm greeted with. So for lunch I've meal prepped myself some ham and mayo and barbecue wraps, and then for dinner I have made myself, I mean it looks pretty dry, but I mean I put loads of sauce in it: barbecue, chili sauce, honey, And I got some spare chicken for later as well. So I've trained, I've had my lunch. Today's session was just like a light leg session. I brought in box squats into my set. So I think next week I need to lower the size of the box because I didn't think I was getting as good of a range of motion as I probably should have. But yeah, I've started work now, having my lunch, having a coffee. So for those wondering, I'm currently working at Hive Gym, which is one of the newest and possibly the best gyms in Cardiff. If you train in High Rocks, it's got a pretty good setup. High Rocks and CrossFit. It's a massive open space. I mean, it's nearly 2 o'clock on a Friday now, and it's relatively quiet. Well, I mean, it is quiet. There's no one else here, so it's such a good space to come and train. You know, that's not even me just blowing the trumpet. Like, I only wanted to work here because I trained here when it opened, and it was just sick. So I'd definitely recommend if you're about popping in for a day session or something. So I was just eating my dinner and looking at the workout plan that I made, that I mentioned at the start of the video. Like, it took me 2 days to make, and I've I have only stuck to this plan one time this week. Went out on Friday. Monday, I did everything the way I was supposed to, but because of things coming up and chopping and changing, every other day I've had to alter to make sure I was okay to train, or being unable to train, had to push things around. So it just goes to show you that you can do all the preparation plan in the world, but you just can't avoid some things. It's never going to be a straightforward road. These are the blue eyeglasses, by the way. You can't really see them, hang on. They're actually Vicstar's brand, circular. But I've noticed a huge difference since using them. I stopped using them for a few months and now I've started wearing them again, and I definitely sleep better when I wear them. Right, so I am back at work this morning, which means I'm going to go in a bit early to get a quick session done, and then I might go for a long run later. I'm supposed to go tomorrow, but I'm a double work day. I'm at work at the gym in the morning. I've got my final shift at Cozy Club in the evening. So we'll see how that goes, or whether I can get it in tonight. It's uppers finished. Today is more of like a back focused, like heavy uppers session, whereas the one during the week's more of a chest focused bench press, and then this one's off bent over row. I think I probably will go out on my long run tonight. I think because I ran 4K in my High Rock session on Tuesday or Wednesday, I think that puts me 17K for the week. So my goal for mileage was 31. So I only need to go and run 40K tonight, and I feel pretty confident. So I think I'll go out and do that. Also, these protein Weetabix have been absolutely unreal. I've really enjoyed it. I mean, I've eaten them, I think, every day for the last 2 weeks now. And usually I get sick of food like this, but it's quite nice. Right, I've been putting it off all day, but I'm about to go and run 14K. Gone for the nitros again. I don't know how hot it is, but it must be about 20 degrees. It is roasting. I'm almost 3K in. And running in Cardiff is just a nightmare. Like, it's quite pretty, but every bit of road is on a camber. Every bit of pavement is like on a slant like that. And I can just feel it knacking my joints every step. I'm 7K in now. I couldn't think of anything worse than doing another 7K. I feel heavy, I'm hot, I'm sweating, my legs hurt, but 7K to go. I actually don't know what I'm complaining for. One of my friends is running 100K from London to Brighton today. I'm running 14K. It's not that deep. I'll tell you what, I'm absolutely exhausted. That was 14K in an hour 20. I just went to go to the chippy to get some chippy chips. Not the healthiest, I know, but I've burned 4,000 calories today, so I think I can get over it. And it was cash only, so no chippy chips for me. But it is Greek night and we're gonna have some Greek food. Now, how good does that look? Obviously, that one is mine. So I've not really got anything on the cards today. I've just done a stretching session. I'm now at work till 2, having my breakfast. Then I'm back at work tonight, 6 till midnight probably. So that'll be it for the day. But I want to say thank you for watching. I hope you've enjoyed, and I will see you again next week on Monday.